Today we are spotlighting Kadeem Gilbert from the bass section. Tell us, why is singing in the choral society important to you?
So for me, it's really important to have a musical outlet. So I should say I'm a scientist. I'm a researcher here at Penn State. I just started in the fall, and when I once I was I was moving here to State College, actually one of the first things I did was look up to find if there's any local choirs that I could join once I arrived. Um, so I being part of choirs in graduate school was a really important outlet for me to de-stress, take a step back from my research and just I also find it just a very fulfilling experience. There's the community, but then also just the expression is something that I feel that I need in my life. So once I saw that this was a group available, I made it a priority to join as soon as I started my postdoc.
Well, thinking back, what inspired you when you were younger to join a choral ensemble?
So I'm maybe a little unusual in that I didn't start singing until grad school, but I've been in music since I was a kid. And yeah, I guess so. First, the love music came. I played piano since age 11, and I joined a choir in graduate school because it had again I find it important to continue that musical connection, and then I was lacking that at the start of grad school and all throughout up through college. Even I'd always been involved in some sort of musical extracurricular, um, and I had been playing piano for a while, and then I was just it was a little miserable. But so I I looked to see if there was some musical group I could join, and then I saw there was an ad for they needed more singers for a performance of Beethoven's Ninth that was happening in the spring semester that year. And I'd never sung before, but I like the idea of doing something different and being part of a musical group. So I auditioned, and then I got it, and then yeah. So now singing is my second instrument now.
Well, since you've had such a diverse musical career, I'm going to change the last question just a bit for you. What would you say is your favorite music memory?
Hmm. Out of all music memories, well, could I have two of them?
That's
Because
fine.
yeah. So my favorite choral memory, I definitely would have to be that first one when we performed Beethoven's Ninth. That's the I honestly think that it's objectively the best piece of music that's ever been composed, and it was just such a mind-blowing experience to be part of it and be part of that music. And it also happened around the time of the Boston marathon bombing, so we dedicated a concert to that cause. And I should say I was in Boston area for grad school at the time, so it was very emotional for a lot of different reasons. um, but then there's also another one for piano. I'd say in undergrad, I was I was in the piano society, and we had an annual concert that we would do in the Johnson Art Museum and on campus. And in one of these, so we'd started doing a new thing where we teamed up with the a poetry club, and we'd have pianists pick a piece that they think fits a poem that a poetry club member presented. And I did this as well, but then I also entered as a poet, and I performed some Chopin that went with this poet's music. Sorry, that with this poet's poem, but then I also read some of my poems that I'd written when I was in the field in Equatorial Guinea in West Africa. And I made these improvisations kind of depicting the, my experience of being in the field and seeing nature. So I that one really stood out to me as this kind of fusion of different arts that I'm involved in, the writing, the music, and then also my science and a little bit. So that one also stood out to me.
Wonderful. Well, thanks, Kadeem, for sharing your thoughts with us. And we hope our listeners will check back next week for another State College Choral Society member spotlight.
Thank you.